stayed up there in peace and quiet, but no, I had to be cocky.
According to these inscriptions, we need to combine fire and ice in order to free the power of the artifact.
I can think of an effective and maybe even fun way to combine those elements.
The idea pleases me. It's just a shame that it took a magical artifact to get you in the mood.
Edwin, I need to speak to you.
What can I do for you?
I would like to ask you a few questions. Thanks.
The gods be praised. You saved my life. Without you, those things would have ripped me to shreds a few yards from the way out.
There are quite a few nasty things in the sewers. We should go back up. What the hell were you doing in there on your own?
I needed supplies. And did you see the bodies? You just had to bend down to collect iron, leather, and even entire pieces of armor. Everything an honest blacksmith needs to keep a forge worthy of the name going.
Yeah, for the moment, looks like all you've been collecting is shit. You have no idea. You could have gotten killed. There aren't many of us left. We can't afford to lose anyone else.
Look, I had no choice. I had no more supplies to work with. But with what I've picked up, I'll be able to get back to work.
We're going. This place is way too dangerous to just hang around and chat.
Without you, I'd be just one more body down there.
Mithras, do you have a moment?
My dear, I have all of eternity.
I'm gonna need your experience, Mithras. Come with me.
At last! I was starting to get a little bored.
Okay, this is the moment where I politely suggest you tuck your tail between all those legs. Run away and let us pass without looking back.
And what reason could I possibly have for doing you a favor like that, little being?
Well, to save your ass, pretty much. You must have sensed that your time was near when I dusted your sisters.
They were never my sisters, insolent one, and you have accomplished nothing. My daughters are inferior to me in every way, as are you.
Ah, motherly love. I never got it. Basically, I'm making this offer to you out of principle, but I'm really hoping you're going to make me rip you a third one in battle. Those other two are for pooping, right?
So be it. It will be my pleasure to grant you your last request.
fascinating. You are about to actually penetrate the realm of Lord Blackfrost. But do not fool yourself. You did not win your passage alone. It was the evil Lord himself who opened the way inside.
He's testing me.
Yes, and it would appear he now knows what to expect. This should be one of the most fascinating confrontations of the last several thousand years. I simply cannot wait to see the outcome.
Yeah? Well, I can't wait to get it over with. Do you know what's at the top of those steps?
But of course, my great age has not left me blind. It is the palace of Lord Blackfrost. At least that's what they call it now. Until quite recently, by my standards, it was named after its architect. A certain Kubla? Bakul? I can't remember for the moment, but in any case. This architect created the palace for the elves a couple of thousand years ago. I suspect he'd be most upset to see what they've done with the place. This Blackfrost fellow tore down one end of the building to build his home, and the rest of it is hanging over into the astral plane. Bulkarel! That was his name. This was Bulkarel Palace.
Is it dangerous?
Dangerous? Well, for mortals, obviously. But since it's been a few hundred years since I set foot in the astral plane, I suppose it could be an interesting distraction.
Mathras, do you have a moment?
I
want to ask you a couple of questions. Talk to you later.
Vulcan, don't go without me. I want to be there when you face the Creator.
And you know what? I already killed her.
But I was to go with you, Oathbreaker.
I'd like to ask you a few questions.
What do you want to know?
See you later. Guardian was watching this stairway. Is Blackfrost up there?
Yes, this stairway leads to his palace. Once we go up there, there will be no turning back.
What's waiting for us up there?
Expect the unexpected. Blackfrost is wicked and a coward. He will do everything in his power to avoid a fight that is honorable. His favorite thing in the world is to play with the minds of his adversaries. He will try to affect your thoughts or those of your companions.
Ready to take your revenge?
Yes. I have a score to settle with Blackfrost, but there is more at stake than just revenge. My experiences with you have opened my eyes to new perspectives. We cannot allow the Ice Lords to be victorious. If we cross paths with Blackfrost along the way, that will simply be an agreeable coincidence.
What do you mean, no turning back?
Blackfrost is a powerful being, more powerful than you could possibly imagine. His magic allows him to defy the very laws of space and time. At the top of these steps, you will not truly be in the palace of an ancient elf city. This place is everywhere and nowhere all at once, but it is also his point of entry into the world heart. Once inside, it will be impossible for us to return here without using magic so powerful that I'm afraid it exceeds even my current abilities. Give me a sign when you are ready.
We're here. Blackfrost is somewhere at the top of those stairs.
To face an Ice Lord. A fitting end to the journey the Knight has taken through this war. At the moment, the Knight has no hint of doubt in the extraordinary abilities of his friend. If he uses them wisely, he will surely be victorious.
Thank you for your support.
As soon as his friend gives the sign, the Knight will fight with all his heart.
have a few questions I need to ask you. Let's change the subject. I'll leave you. Blackfrost's palace is at the top of these steps. It may get a little hairy. Are you sure you want to come?
Of course I do. Stop babying me. You will need all of us, including me.
Any idea what's waiting for us up there?
I can't be certain. Very few people who have entered the palace of an Ice Lord have ever escaped to talk about it. But I did hear a story about a man who claimed to have escaped from the palace of the Ice Duchess. He said the palace was not even in Vertial, that it floated in a limbo somewhere outside the world. That's probably why he traveled more than 1,000 leagues between escaping the palace and reaching safe ground. Yet only 2 days had passed.
And you think his story can be trusted?
It sounded true. And if it is, then it's possible that we won't be able to come back once we've climbed these stairs.
We're finally going to meet an Ice Lord. How do you feel? Scared? Excited?
A little of both, surely. It's so incredible. I would love to be able to interrogate him, to understand his motivations, what drove him to reduce our world to a pile of ice.
I'm sure he'll tell you all about it.
I know there's little chance of that, but still, I would really like to be able to understand what drives someone to become a monster.
Let's just try and beat this monster. As for the rest of it...
I'm ready. Just say the word.
It's time to take care of Blackfrost.
If you're certain you've taken care of your affairs here, I can see no reason to delay the inevitable any further.
We've waited long enough. All of his defenses are down. The concubines are dead. We need to strike now before he has time to react.
So be it. Let's do it.